Santiago's breakfast finally arrived. I had told him to order whatever he wanted, and he had ordered the same. In California, Mexican food is different, I said. You'd have salsa, sour cream, and guacamole, and beans and rice, and tortillas with corn tortillas. California is a rich country, he said. That's true. I told him I was waiting for the mechanic, and I tried to describe what needed to be done for the engine. I can help, he said. You have to be careful here. This is not California. You can't do much, even you know someone cheats you. I know who takes your outboard engine from your boat, but that doesn't mean you can get it back. You know who took my outboard? See, but it's not important. The men who take it are familiar with El Capitan, and they have guns. I don't care, I said. I'm getting my motor back. Where do these people live? I'm not taking you there, man. Go to the Capitan. Tell him you know who has it. But don't say nothing about me and see what he says. You'll see. There's no way for you to get your engine. I'll talk to him, and I won't say anything about you. So how can I find you if the mechanic ever comes? I live behind the fishing boats. Just ask for Santiago. But I check you later. The mechanic won't be there this morning, maybe lunchtime. We said goodbye, and I marched off to the port captain's office. I wanted my outboard back. The port captain's office wasn't open yet. I had forgotten that they opened at 9. I didn't have anything else to do, though, so I just sat on their steps and waited for a couple hours, going crazy in the sun. When the Capitan finally arrived, an hour after everyone else had arrived, he wouldn't see me right away. I had waited almost 4 hours by the time I was shown in. I really did feel crazy from the waiting. I skipped quickly through the formalities, saying Buenos dias, como está, etc., then saying, I have been told that the men who stole my outboard engine are here in this town. The Capitan just smiled and looked at me, as if he were waiting to hear more. I think I can tell you which house, if you could send some of your men with me to get it. The Capitan smiled again, sat back in his chair and looked around his office. Then he sat forward and folded his hands on his desk. Do you have your papers with you, he asked. My papers, I asked? I came in to talk about the outboard engine. Do you have your papers with you? You have copies of all of them. When I first arrived here, you're the one who gave me the papers, after you made copies, and you kept the original for clearance. I need to see that you have your papers. So Santiago was right, but I didn't feel like giving up. Okay, I said, I'll row back out to my boat. Is there anything else you'd like from the boat other than papers? Only your papers. I rowed back out to the boat in the hot sun, grabbed all the papers, including the boat's documentation and my passport, then rowed back in and walked to his office. I had to wait almost half an hour to be shown in, even though I didn't have any other visitors. It was just me waiting in the lobby while he sat alone in the next room at his desk doing nothing. I could see him through the open door. When I was let in, I walked straight to his desk and handed over the papers. He waved his arm to show me a seat, then he picked slowly through the papers, glancing over all of them, but of course not really needing to read them. Your papers, he said, you may take them now. I got up and collected them and sat back down. My chair was about 20 feet from his desk, so most of the time I was far away. May I have your help in recovering my stolen engine, I asked? He leaned back in his chair and folded his hands behind his head. Then he swiveled around so that I stared at his folded hands and the back of his head while he stared at the portrait of the president hung on the wall behind his desk. This went on for maybe 5 minutes, which seemed unbearably long. May I have your help in recovering my stolen outboard engine, I repeated. He turned around slowly, brought his hands back to his desk, and folded them carefully. Have you seen the weather report, he asked? I can show you the weather report. Okay, I said. He stood up and walked over to another desk with a printer and fax. He motioned for me to come, and I walked across the room to join him. He handed me the most recent text report in Spanish, and I read it as best as I could. Ola's are waves, I asked? See, I finished reading what I could. The weather looks okay, I said. Yes, the weather's okay, he said. So thank you for coming into my office. I will see you soon again, my friend. Will you help me find my engine, I asked? He was pissed off now, no more smiling. He sat down and I returned to my chair across the room. His folded hands on the desk were chopping up and down, a slow hatchet, controlled. Let me tell you the 2 ways you can report a crime here in Mexico, he said. Great, I said. The first way is to make an official report. If you make an official report, you will need to make it in this office, and in the harbor office across the bay, and in Puerto Madero with the police and with the Navy, and with 2 more kinds of police in Papachula, the police for this region and the federal police. Then each kind of police will come to inspect you and your boat, the Navy and my men and every kind of police. Then after all of those reports are made, someone will make a recommendation about what can be done. Maybe something, maybe nothing. Your English has really improved, I said. What's the other way to report a crime? I kind of want a relationship with this guy. I certainly didn't want to be inspected by every police and military force. I assumed he was exaggerating about all the offices. I imagined I could probably get away with just the Navy, the Capitan's office, the Port Authority, and the local police, but that was still a lot of inspection. I did believe they would come out to inspect. The other way is unofficial. You can let me know as you've done now, and if I find your engine, I will let you know. That sounds good, I said. Can I help you find it by letting you know where it is? No, he said. You just leave it up to me. Okay, I guess I have to go with that option. If you find it, I'll pay you $200 US. That's half of what the engine cost me. I bought it used. This is a lie, of course. That is not necessary. He said, we are a government office. We are here to help.